Guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be discussing about my personal experience on getting a sponsored job in the UK from India. I'll be talking about the number of applications I've made and the channels I've used to hunt for jobs. What are my failures? I will also talk about what worked for me, what was the total duration of the relocation, and what was the cost incurred, and finally, what are the challenges I have faced and how did I overcome it. I will also share some tips at the end of the video if anyone is looking to move to the UK, looking for a sponsored job in the UK, and potentially looking to move in the year 2023 or 2024. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also like this video. To start with, let me talk about a bit of history about myself. I moved to the UK in 2016 with a complete job sponsorship from my employer. They sponsored me. They also sponsored my dependents. They, in fact, paid the flight tickets for myself and also my dependents. They paid for the first 2 months of my accommodation in the UK, and also they paid all the shipping costs that incurred relocation from India to the UK. I would say I was quite lucky. Yeah. I'm very grateful for the opportunity the company who gave me for an opportunity to work in the UK, and also the hospitality was great. That let me stick with the company for 8+ years. I work for the same company, great company. I don't want to mention names, but definitely I enjoyed working for them. Now let's talk specifics. Number one, the number of applications I made. I've made nearly 10 applications. The channels I've used were 4 channels. Number one is company websites. I generally directly go to my prospective employer who I'm interested in. I'll go to their careers page, look for a potential opportunity, and try and apply for the job by filling in the applications. Number two, what I used was internal job portal, the same company I work for. Since it is a global organization, I look for internal opportunities. I did the same thing. I completed the application. I applied for the job, and sometimes I've contacted the HR if the names were there. I tried to get in touch with them. And number three is I use some of the friends as a referral who are working in the UK in a similar kind of role. I asked them to refer me to any potential open position that were there in the departments they were working in. And I finally used external recruiters, LinkedIn, to look for opportunities and apply through those channels. Okay, now let's look at what worked and what didn't work for me. Channels, I mean. Number one, so the company channel where I went and applied in the company website didn't work at all. Not even a single application went through. I didn't even get any calls. It all got rejected straight away. And number two, through external recruiter. So even that didn't work out. Most of them who I contacted, they said they're not having any opportunities that potentially offer a job for overseas employee. But what worked for me was internal job portal and the friends referral. Both of them worked for me. I got a lot of interviews in both these channels. Definitely, I would suggest if anyone looking for a job overseas, your internal job portal, if it is a multinational company, and also if you have any friends who are working in a similar position, through them you apply. Their referral would speak a lot. You will definitely get an interview, but clearing that interview is the next thing we have to talk about. But definitely these 2 channels work for me. I believe it would work for you also. Some of my friends, the same 2 channel worked. The other 2 channel didn't work, and for some LinkedIn worked actually. Sometimes people hire through LinkedIn. You should also try that. Now talking about the overall duration, it took me around 9 months from start to end. I would say close to a year for me to move to the UK from India. I think first was there were 3 interviews. It took around 2 months to get all the interview done. It was a peer-to-peer, hands-on technical interview. Then there was a senior director partner interview, and there were HR interview. So once all of that were fixed, they were ready to offer me. They had to do a local assessment to make sure the same kind of skills were not available, so that they have to prove it to the government. It is a requirement as part of the overseas employee hiring. Once they did that, it took around 1 month there. Then they offered me a job. Then they applied for a certification of sponsorship, which is a prerequisite for applying visa. So that assessment and the COS took another 2 months, totally 4 months so far. And after that, went to the visa. I applied for it. It took me nearly a month and a half to get that. Around 6 months was gone until I got my visa. Once I got the visa, I resigned from the employer in India, and my notice period was 3 months. I served my notice period, and after 3 months, I moved to the UK. So approximately 10 to 12 months is the duration you should take. So it's a long process, but definitely worth it. Yeah. Okay. And the next thing I want to talk about is some of the challenges I faced while I was doing this exploration of getting a job abroad, that is in the UK and move here. I think for me, predominantly, I would say there are two things. Okay, one is if you're applying internally within your company, there will be some friction, okay, between the Indian organization and the overseas organization. There will be policies that overseas organization cannot hire from Indian organization because the Indian organization doesn't want to lose their qualified staff to overseas organization. So that is always there. Like, sometimes you have to take that risk if you have to grow in your own career. So you go ahead and apply. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. For me, I had this issue, okay, because the overseas employer gave me an offer, but the Indian employer was not very happy about it. But in fact, I didn't even tell my HR directly. I said I just want to resign. I told a few of my colleagues about it, but the word spread, and it became a lot of issue for me in terms of so many discussions to understand, okay, why am I moving and stuff. But I just said that I'm just resigning for my personal reasons, and I kept the same answers till the end, because at last you have to look for your own benefit, for your own career. So I'm sure every organization who are big, okay, they can find a lot of staff like me. For me, this is a life-changing career opportunity which I don't want to miss. So I took that leap. So my advice is, if you're trying an internal job and opportunity, keep yourself quiet, look for what is required for you, apply for the job, and just go ahead and just keep quiet. Don't get excited. Go around and tell everyone. Once you move there, probably you can tell your friends and other people. That should be totally fine. And number two, what I want to talk about, okay, the process by itself is very long. So you have to be a bit patient. This challenge would be there for impatient. I would say this patience would serve in long term. So once you be patient and just be consistent in your application, definitely, okay, you should land in a job, okay, what you want. And an additional point I want to talk about is this long process, anything might happen. Yeah. Don't expect that few things go well for the first 2 months. You will end up in a job. Things might change. It has happened for a few of the people I know. But don't lose hope, because this is just one opportunity, right? So even if you lose it, try for another one. Okay? I'm sure you will get it. Okay, it's just that, okay, you have to have the hope and the consistency. If you do have both of these, definitely, okay, you should make up that dream career in another country. And finally, I want to talk about some of the tips I want to provide for people who are looking for a job in 2023, who wants to move from India to the UK. The first thing I would say is niche yourself in an area. Become an expert in that area where there is demand in the market, where there is local resources not available. So right now I can think of generative AI, which is a hot topic. So everybody is looking for a lot of qualified resources all over the world, but they don't have a lot of supply. So if you're really good in that, there is a lot of opportunity for you to move. I would say niche yourself, become an expert there. That would help you stand out from all the applicants, and also that would also make you pass that labor skill assessment, which has to be done locally, because locally there won't be enough resources available. So that is number one. And number two is build network. When I say build network, not randomly, build network at a senior level who has the potential to approve your job. Because if you're directly connecting at that level, so if they like you, if they see the potential, if they see the value you can bring to their team, and definitely they will do everything they can to bring you to the job, okay, even if it is a different country. It worked for a lot of people I know. So this is a very important thing you have to do. So that level, the easiest is to make that network, okay, internally. Internally, if you work for someone, okay, say someone today, people from India work for different people all over the world. Let's say if you're working for someone at a senior level, okay, like a senior director or a vice president, in UK, build that relationship, start showing the value, and if there are opportunities, show your interest. Tell them that you're interested in that. If there are any potential opportunity, you would be willing to relocate. That would trigger them when the right time comes. Okay, they would hire you. Yeah. Number three is be ready to face failures, because this won't happen the first time, because you have to be consistent enough to apply for many jobs, and there will be a lot of failures. Don't get disheartened by that. Keep trying. Okay, this would eventually work out. I would say connecting to a lot of people, getting these leads qualified, and after the qualification, try for that. Okay, probably there'll be 1% conversion. So if you try 100 different applications, probably one would end up till the HR interview. Yeah. So don't lose hope. It's like, you have to keep trying. Yeah. That is number three. And number four is try and leverage the people you already know, your friends who are working in a similar job. Speak to them, ask them for opportunities. Every friend would help another friend. Probably they won't respond the first time, it's because they're busy. But if you nudge them few times, okay, they would definitely help out. I'm sure everybody has friends in different parts of the world. Okay, even in that case, if this option doesn't work out, today we have social network like LinkedIn, okay, where you can find people and reach out to them. Probably the response rate might be less. So it is more like getting a new customer, right? If you reach out to 100 people, probably two might respond. From that two, probably one might work out. As many people as you reach out, talking about your interest, the opportunity, the value you can bring, the response rate will be more. Okay, you'll be talking to more people. There'll be more new qualified leads where you'll be able to talk to many people in terms of opportunities. And also, you might go for some interviews, and probably out of that, one of them might click. This is a bit difficult, but definitely a lot of people have attained a job through this channel of like connecting to people on LinkedIn and looking for opportunity. And my final tip, which I want to say, is never lose hope, never stop trying, and always be consistent. This should become a part of your routine, so that until you achieve that goal, you keep trying, and definitely it's going to work out for you. I hope whatever I told in this video has added some value to you. And I hope the information has been useful also for you. If you enjoyed this content, okay, please go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Probably in another video, I also want to talk about what were the advantage, the disadvantage of me moving to the UK. I want to talk about it because it's been almost 7 years I'm here. There are a lot of advantages, but at the same time, there are a lot of disadvantages. Based on my personal experience, I will share it with you guys. You can analyze it by your own self, okay, by your own thought, and probably take a decision if you want to move. I will soon come up with another video. Until then, you guys have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.